How can you actually use satellite imagery to identify new leads? Over the short video, I'm going to show you how you can use OpenStreetMap data and combine that with LLM to infer information such as building types, whether the buildings are skyscrapers or warehouses, as well as gather more information about the surrounding areas. This can be super helpful for companies that are selling, for instance, solar panels, who are essentially looking for large warehouses, large parking lots on which to install their projects. This is a simple interface showing you how the OpenStreetMap data works. In this case, I'm trying to flag every building in Cincinnati where the width is at least 10 times larger than the height. As you can imagine, this would be super helpful if you were to sell rooftop solar projects, but the analysis that you can run are pretty much limitless. In my case, with FireScan, I'm helping restoration companies figure out whether the buildings are residential and commercial, and this helps them decide whether they want to move forward with the lead, decide on the product to pitch, or delegate the lead to the right team. Here's a script that I've been using to infer building types given GPS coordinates. You can reuse the script if you want. It's directly accessible in my GitHub, but essentially it works in 3 steps. The first step consists in gathering within a radius of 250 meters as many tags as possible. And by tags, I mean like the number of schools, the number of swimming pools, churches, and so on. This is going to help me figure out to be residential. But then you also want to allocate points and weights to every tag that comes up, because the closer the tags are from the GPS coordinates, the more likely they are to reflect the kind of building. And the last step is where you pass to the LLM all the different tags with their corresponding weights, with a set of guidelines where you're basically telling the LLM, how to evaluate whether the building is residential or commercial. And then finally, it's going to return a verdict with a confidence interval. So here are 2 examples of incidents. In this case, there was a fire that broke out these GPS coordinates. Here, the LLM inferred with high confidence that the building type was commercial. And this is where it explains the reasoning. So there are lots of commercial tags, such as building retail, land use retail, that were closest to the GPS coordinates. You can also see that there were like a swimming pool, leisure garden tags nearby. So all of this is actually helping the LLM to come up with its own verdict about the building type. So here's how it looks visually. In red, you have all the commercial buildings, and in blue, you have all the residential buildings. This helps restoration companies very quickly screen through and identify which companies they want to target and organize their workload accordingly. Again, if you want to integrate this into your own workflow, you can just get my script directly from GitHub. I'll be happy to show you how to implement it.